Hello there, good evening. So we've made it, we are here. Just tell me, how is the sound? Good, good. Good evening, Paul. Good evening, Carl. It's lovely to see you guys. So here we are, and a little bit fashionably late, but we are here now. So, and I'm so excited because these fragrances, they are basically new houses I'm trying, and this is one of the houses, is a house out of Uzbekistan. So quite interesting, all the way from Uzbekistan. So interested to try these, and some of these I haven't actually had the time to try them. So you are just gonna be seeing really initial impressions on them. I've tried maybe one or two. Hi, Rasa. Good evening. But before we get into all that, how is everyone doing? How are you guys? Hey, Deep, Proctavia World. Good evening. Thank you all for joining. The Let Gamer, good evening. Thank you all so much for tuning in. So, how are you? How are you doing? It's been a bit of a challenging kind of week, or at the moment we can say life actually. And yes, but we are here managing. So how is everyone doing? What is your scent of the day? I came out of the shower. I do not have any fragrance on at the minute because I'm thinking I'm gonna wear something from what I'm gonna sample. Dan's gaming yet. Hello there, Dan. And better with sunshine today. Wow, you're so lucky. We've had no sunshine over here, like nothing. It's been great day, and my friend was saying that she's up north, so you're lucky. Hi, John. Good evening. And Paul is well as well, and Moonlight in Heaven today. Oh, so lovely, John. I'm thinking about getting a Killian, John, but we'll see which one I go for. I want to sample before I buy, but so many you've talked about which kind of feels like ones I would love. And Jesse says he's wearing Claiborne for men. Oh, lovely. And Girl in Vet, I love that Girl in Vet that Paul Edmonds is wearing. So everyone is rocking some lovely fragrances. Wow, I better put something on, didn't I? I better put something on. Anyway, before I get into that, lockdown is going to be over. Yeah! What else feels like that? Is a Harrow signature. No, what? Oh, you're smelling awesome. Ah, lovely. Great stuff. Are you going to do more perfume comparison? Oh, absolutely. I've actually got some that I was gonna shoot today, but too much to do, didn't get to it. So hopefully very, very soon after your live show. Oh, that is awesome. Carl, awesome. Oh, for you. Mayfair leather. That's thinking. Oh, sounds interesting. I saw a good bargain, John, on some Killian, but I think it's ones I'm not too very keen on. Hey, Paul, and very cross work. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. I love your channel. I love you. Ah, Jesse, you're so awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. So I've got a bag of goodies from Accolade Perfumes. So they sent me these fragrances. So Accolade Perfumes, they are an online shop. If you haven't checked them out, you should check them out. They're on Instagram, and a lot of their fragrances are from kind of Middle Eastern. So if you're looking anything from the Silver Road, you're going to find it there. So check them out. And oh, John and Mayfair, because I respect you. Lovely. Anyway, so they sent me a whole lot of samples, and today, as I said, we are going to focus on, we've got from Begum, and as well we've got fragrances from Orange Parfums, and I wanted to share my thoughts as well on one of another fragrance, and these ones were sent to me again later. So later so we're gonna go into that, but for now, that's what we are focusing on. And as well, whilst you're here, guys, so I just wanted to say as well, so yours truly has now set up a Buy Me a Coffee, and as well we do have PayPal account. So anyone who thinks my content is awesome, and obviously there is always room for improvement, be it content wise or equipment wise, you are more than welcome to make a donation to that effect. And the links are, I will add them in the description. But yes, so you can buy me a coffee to support my channel to keep going. So right, let's get on with this. Let's get on. These are the orange parfums we have. So quite a few to get through. And we've got vegan perfumes. You guys, what would you like me to start with? The vegan parfums, or shall we start with LIRA, since it's the only one fragrance? I live in the know by all comments. Right. So this fragrance, it's that's the sample, and obviously comes, the samples are in that pack, like so. Trying to find the camera. So this is this fragrance is obviously a release from Perfumes, and this fragrance was a creation between the rocker Luke, you probably know who Luke Pritchard is from The Cooks, and as well he created a fragrance in collaboration with Joe Fragrance, and they released this fragrance, and the nose behind it is Gardeno. Am I correct pronouncing that correctly? I think so. Anyway, don't hold me to that. Let me have a look. I had some notes about that that were sent with the fragrances. Oops, that is not very good. Bear with a moment, just so that I don't make up stuff. I want to be sure that I'm giving you the actual correct information. But yes, it's a collaboration fragrance, and this is a tribute as well to their upcoming album with his wife. So his wife, she's also a songwriter, singer. So this is the fragrance they've created. And where are we? So that's the sample, how it looks like. As well, if you are interested in trying this fragrance, do let me know, because they were generous, because it was only one release. They were very generous to send a few samples of that. So if you are interested in trying these, let me know. I will pop at least 3 samples for you guys to try. So 3 people have the chance to try this one. Just let me know in the comments. And I see Predicted is in the house. Hi, Tony. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. This is so bad. I had the paper, where I put it? I'm kicking myself now. This is not. Anyway, let's get sampling. So LIRA from Perfumes, going in. Where is the camera? Going in. Oh, look at this spray. I'm gonna go in with just a few. I'm going on screen with this one. Oh, okay. This fragrance, artistic fragrances, comes to mind, and it is quite natural smelling. This is quite lovely. This fragrance, if you've tried fragrances, and I'm going to think about fragrances like from, for example, Calaj Redor fragrances. If you've tried some of Miguel's fragrance, you know the level of artistry in those fragrances. I will be honest, it is quite complex. It's quite complex, and this is a fragrance people are gonna have to try and get used to, because it smells quite complex. It's not a fragrance you just spray and you go, oh, I love this. Oh, this is lovely. It's not. It's a fragrance you have to understand, and it smells, it's quite woody. It's got a bit of greenness to it as well. So quite interesting. But you know what, you guys, don't mind me. Do share in the comments about if you would be interested in trying this. I'm gonna try, and I had a paper about this fragrance. This is, and I had it here, but then I've been homeschooling, so I might have maybe left it downstairs where I was with other books. seeing as a, oh, what a shame. Anyway, I'm just gonna quickly look that up whilst we, where could I even have it? Notes, where are you? Oh, I let myself down. Anyway, it's got, I think, maybe some oregano. It's got a herbal feel to it as well, quite herbal. But this is a fragrance, like I said, it's very, very unique. It's unique. It's not like it's gonna be a love at first smell. This, I feel like it's a fragrance you want to try a few times to try and enjoy. So here we are later, but you know what, it's a good release because they haven't tried to do things that are already out there everyone is doing. This is a lovely unique take on the fragrance, but it's very woody and green. Slight hints of smokiness as well. Gorgeous stuff. Bear with me a moment. I'm gonna try and see if I have anything in these notes. Oh yes. Oh, lovely. So I found this. This is what I said. I've had too much paperwork and stuff like that. And anyway, so this is the notes that came with the fragrances. So they were kind enough to send all sorts of information about it. And obviously, this guy over on Instagram is promoting the brand, is like a brand promoter, etc. And so, like I said, yes, so this is obviously the lead singer from The Cooks, Luke Pritchard, and his wife, Ellie Rose. So they are the ones who made this perfume in collaboration with Antonio Gadoni, yes, Gadoni, so of Vogue Perfumes. So this is what we have. And obviously the bottle of the fragrance looks like so. I'm sure some of you have already seen this bottle on Instagram because I've seen it. It's not a lot of people talking about this just yet. I think when I tried to look on the hashtags, there were like maybe 9 people have posted, or 9, just 9 numbers in the, you know, on the hashtag. Anyway, so this is again to celebrate the duo's musical pairing. So we are looking forward to it. And as well, this is a creation as an the inspiration for this is obviously to go with their music. And this is based, like, imagine Paris in the 1920s. And this is, you know, imagine the clubs there, you know, smelling of all these leathers, smelling of, you know, a bit of liquor and things like that. So the notes as well, if I'm being honest, the notes to this and how it smells, it's quite unique to the point that, you know, I feel like, so it says it's got bergamot, it's got grapefruit, it's got ylang ylang, and it's got sandalwood, coriander seeds, and gardenia at the top. And yes, the gardenia is quite forthcoming. I don't at this point get much sandalwood or anything like that. I don't. But the coriander, like I said, it's got that herbal feel to it, definitely. And the tobacco, I can get that, like it's at the back, and that's in the mid. So you do get as well patchouli, there's champaca, there's jasmine, and cypress. And in the base, I feel I'm going to enjoy this fragrance much more in the dry down, because the best we get benzoin, vetiver, there's vanilla, tonka bean, incense, and myrrh. And anyone who knows me, these are some of my favorite fragrances in my favorite notes in fragrances. So I feel like letting it dry down, it will, and at this point, that herbalness is kind of fading. So it's becoming a little bit warmer, because it was like herbal in your face, almost green feel to it, like I said. And I imagine that's obviously coming from the coriander, I think. But it is lovely, and I feel like I'll enjoy the best. So let's see how things go. And yes, so, and just one more thing about this. So it says that Antonio said that music and perfume share a lot of similarities, like notes and structure. They both help set the mood and create an atmosphere. I don't know about you, I could not agree more. And so they used the duo's music for inspiration, and they wanted to produce something that echoed dark, smoky, and lust for sound. So if you haven't heard to the band, I think maybe you hear the music, smell the fragrance, that will set the mood, and you can just maybe get it even more what they are trying to do. But this is a great fragrance, and if you appreciate artistry in fragrances, you're gonna enjoy this, because this is a fragrance that's really been created with so much thought behind it, and just trying to convey that message, and it really works. It really works. I can see that. So anyway, so am I rambling? Anyway, so that's where we are. Let's catch up with the comments. I'm so behind with the comments, you guys. Forgive me. So I see there's Sky Edge Angel for Love. Sky Angel for Love, good evening. Thank you for being here. And we've got oh, Brian is in the house. No notes. So hi, Brian. Good evening, everybody. Sounds like could be sat in a jazz club. Great, definitely, it's a great one. Okay, right. Moving along, I think we should have these comments on screen, because it's always good when you go back to kind of refer to the chart, isn't it? So, okay. Right, and now we're gonna get on to the next house. Which ones shall we do? Let's do, I think, the Bigam fragrances, because it's only, I think we've got like 4 of them, so shouldn't take too much time with that one. So let's go in with that, shall we? Anyway, right. Just trying to have a little drink and doing good things. Oh, amazing. Right, so we're gonna go into the Bigam fragrances. I'm curious, has anyone sampled these ones? I know, John, you've sampled some of these. So anyone else tried the Bigam fragrances? Let me know if you have, because I'm super curious. So I want to hear your thoughts on these ones. I must be honest, I did try some of them already. I tried a couple also, but then I regretted having tried them just then, because I was gonna go in the shower. So, and actually, I'm not gonna put everything on skin. My dear friend FLAVIUS provided me with a whole bunch of sample strips, so we can use these for now, so that I don't have to wear everything on skin, because I've already got one of those there. So let's put that on there. Moving along, and like I said, if you are interested in sampling the Vogue perfume, please let me know in the comments, and I'll come back and have a look to see who's interested, so that I know who they're gonna go to. And yeah, so Bigam fragrances, and these again generously supplied. And this actually, I will be as well giving some of these Bigam fragrances. Again, I'm gonna add to the to whoever is gonna have the other sample, because again, I was lucky enough, my dear friends at Accolade Perfume Angem, and as well the Perfume Days, they both sent me samples from the Bigam collection. So again, I have a few samples of that. And yes, so it'd be nice to share, you know, even just more people get to know about these fragrances, more people get to talk about these fragrances even better. I see Paul's comment, he says, the teacher's still teaching. Yeah, I think by the end of this lockdown, I wish I would have become a professional teacher. I should, I think, go into this vocation, but you need a lot of patience. Honestly, hats off to teachers, because sometimes it's just so hard. I think this afternoon we ended up just giving up, because it gets to a point where, oh, I'm so tired, I don't want to do anymore. And you're just like, okay, haven't tried any of these. Right, very impressive ones, great. And Brian says he hasn't tried any of these. Got you, Brian. And Sky Angel says is interested. Is Sky Angel a girl or a man or woman? I'm curious, Sky Angel. Sorry, I'm not very familiar with this account, so Sorry if I, yes. So, okay. I think we are kind of up to date now. So, and we've got Barry in the house, the Centuries. Hi, Barry. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. So let's get into the big fragrances. So we've got Baccarat for her. So I think let's start with that one. So Baccarat for her, and came in this in a sample bottle like this. So this is where we've got the other one. Okay, I did like this one, so I can go in. I'm gonna go right in my upper arm on here, there. Ooh, child. Okay, okay. This one opens up. It's got a bit of soapiness to it, slightly sweet-ish, but a bit of soapiness to it. And Brian is saying that, what? Oh, Brian, I wouldn't know. I don't know. I'll be honest, Brian. I'm kind of mostly, if I have to watch Cubaners, it's where I know I have free time or I have headphones, because I think I've said this before. I switched on, I think in the early days, I just switched on to watch his video, and I subscribed. I had not watched, and oh my God, I put it on. And most times I watch things. This is why sometimes I don't comment when I'm watching stuff, because I'm doing things or whatever. And I put it on speaker that I can just listen to what people are talking about or reviewing. And then it came on, and oh my gosh, he just erupted like, F this, oh my gosh, and kids were about. I've never run so fast to frantically switch it off. So I tend to just, you know, yeah. Anyway, moving on to Baccarat. I think I'm gonna spray it as well on I'm gonna spray it on here as well, just so that we can come back to it. I don't want to. Yes, this has got, it's got a soapy feel. But do you know what is strange? As I came to put this on my nose, all I can smell is this one. Yes, love soapy fresh perfumes that project well in longevity. Yeah, but on skin, on the paper, it's more. It is still fresh. It's got almost like a mint. It's that mint, like a mint vibe to it. You know, like, I don't know why, but it reminded me of, you know, the mint sauces you get like with some of like the Indian curries, like you get some of the sauces, it's like a mint sauce to go with something. It's got that feel to it, and I'm not sure. This is definitely not my favorite from the line, I think. This is not my favorite. It is nice enough, it's fresh, and on skin as well, it's lovely, fresh enough. But I'll be honest with you, this is not a fragrance like, oh my God, this is mind-blowing, or like, oh, this is something new, this is, you know what I mean? It's just, it is nice enough, yes, but it's not like a groundbreaking fragrance. It's nice enough, and it is nice, but I feel like this is not really my kind of vibe, like what fragrance I want to wear. And actually, I did look up the notes for these. So this was Baccarat. So in Baccarat, the listed notes, so it says that this, yes, it is, like I said, yeah, and it's got notes of, at the top, it says you've got pear, grapes, and berries. I'll be honest with you, I am not getting berries from this fragrance. Like, I'm not, but that's what the notes say. And it says as well, there is jasmine, ylang ylang, and then at the base there is vanilla musk, sandalwood, amber, and woody notes. Interesting. I feel like this is definitely not my cup of tea, to be honest. I'm gonna leave it there for now. We can come back to it. Let's have a look at another one. Yes, definitely. I see Carl is saying not not your cup of tea. Definitely not my cup of tea. And no, definitely, I feel like But you guys are making me laugh now. Yes, if you've got kids, and if you, I don't know about you, but for me, I want my children to grow up to be more good citizens. Do you know what I mean? And I don't swear myself. Like, I would not purposely swear, or even in front of my kids. I would never do that. And I try to keep my kids. I know the world is out there, it's a bit mental, yes, but I feel like in as much as I'm in charge, things have to go this way, and that's not the way I want things to go, you know, for my kids. So I try not to watch violent things or swearing or stuff like that. Anyway, I stay away from that. Okay. How's that, Mary? Moving on, let's try. So we tried the Baccarat. Let's go, and that Baccarat should be for her. So to be honest, yes. So to be honest, it says it's for her, and those notes on there, I don't know, maybe a mistake that maybe she labeled it differently, I don't know, but it just doesn't smell to the notes that are here. And another thing I will tell you, this fragrance, it's not like very natural smelling. Just a note, not that it's anything wrong, of course nothing wrong with that, but to my nose it's not like very natural smelling. It's got quite synthetics, you know. Yeah, so anyway, Brian says he'll change his name to Ringo. That's it, the full lineup of the Beatles, that's it. Excellent, Mono Campus. Yes, Paul, as a parent, I think we have, you know what they say, that children take a lot from home. And you know what it is with kids? A lot of behaviors and things, it's what they see rather than what they even, it's what they can take from you. So it is what it is. Anyway, moving along, let's sample the Ruby for Him. So Ruby for Him. There's no point in me even trying to focus the camera. It's ridiculous. See that? That's the problem with samples. So anyway, Ruby for Him. Let's go in. I'm going to put this one, I'm going to go with this one up on here, away from the others. So here goes. Ruby for Him. Come on. Okay. Right. And I'm going to put it on here as well, just so that we can come back, spray on the card as well. So there we go. Ruby for Him. Okay. Ruby for Him has a lovely sweetness to it. D'Angelo is in the house. Good evening, Stuart. So, yes. Oh, good evening. This is, again, it is nice enough. Again, a synthetic touch to it. My hair is quite annoying in my face. A synthetic touch to it, but lovely. This has got a hint of sweetness. Slight hint of sweetness. And the notes in this one, so this is Ruby for Him. In Ruby for Him, yes, I'll be honest with you. This is quite synthetic. And it's a bit hard for me to really pick out the notes because it's all like just chemicals mixed together. That's to my nose. And it's really a bit hard for me to just tell you that, oh my God, I'm smelling vanilla here. It's got a violet leaf, like some hints of violet. Not a lot, but really, like you've seen, literally, I had to... Which my nose is on my skin to get that, like, I do get it. Yes, in the background, it's there. Some violet, some kind of dark, and a bit of saffron, yes. I smell some saffron and some violet. But then, like I said, it's quite synthetic. It's quite synthetic smelling. Right, the notes listed in this one. So at the top, there's galbanum, And as well, there's violet, yes, violet leaf listed. And in the mid says dried fruits with tobacco, coffee, and benzoin. Oh my gosh, what a composition. Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm not picking out any coffee at this point. Might come on slightly later. The tobacco, now that you're told there is tobacco, it's like hints like a tobacco leaf just in the background. None of these notes are really coming forth like, hello, I'm here. No, they're all just there kind of in the background, but at the same time, there's this forthcoming of some synthetics hitting your nose. The thing is, you have to understand, I have some natural fragrances, and as well, I have some fragrances that are quite, yes, quite natural. And when I smell this, I think the amount of synthetics in this is quite a bit of synthetics, like quite a lot. So yes, that's one thing to bear in mind. And Paul says, thought it would be like a spicy ruby Mary. It's not. Honestly, it's not. And in the base, this fragrance has cypress, incense, agarwood, and cedar. I'll be honest with you. No. I'll be honest with you. The listed notes in this and what you smell, because then if I think about the cypress, the wood, and as well even the cedar, this fragrance should be, and the incense, this fragrance should be much more than what I'm smelling. Like really, things should be absolutely much more, you know, like so much more than what I'm getting. But this is, it's quite synthetic. But like I said, I will be again giving these samples, because like I said, I've got the other sample pack as well, because I was sent multiple times. So again, I'm gonna let you guys try them as well, so you can try for yourself, you know, so just see how you get on with them. But like I said, they are nice enough fragrances. They are not very natural. They're a bit synthetic, but that might be your cup of tea so far from what I'm smelling. And I'll be honest with you, the other vibe I get this, and I have to be honest, because there's no point in me coming here to tell you about things if I'm not honest. And I can't love everything. So you have to bear that in mind as well. I can't love everything. We all can't love everything. So this one, again, and if you've tried fragrances from Louis Cardin, there's one fragrance I tried. I can't remember which one, because I've got like 5 or 6 from the house. It's not Sacred, I know that, and it's not Credible Noir, I know that. But there is a fragrance that I've tried which has kind of a similar vibe. So best to try for yourself. And Paul says, a little disappointing, I think. It is what it is. And John says that he tried to, I think one of them was absolutely gorgeous. John, so far, I think I'm saving the last one I tried, which I loved, to last. So let's keep going. And John Snow, the ruby one I didn't love, and the diamond one was absolutely lovely on me. That's fair enough. See, this is why it's important to try for yourself, because one which may not work well on someone may be an absolutely gem on another person. Moving on, we come to, let's try this one, Ruby for Her. So this is Ruby for Her. The ruby one I didn't love. That was absolutely okay. This is the one John didn't love. Okay, going in. I'm gonna go right on my wrist here with this one. Oh, that mist came out so lovely. Okay, that's lovely. Okay. The ruby is actually, from all the ones I've tried so far, this is nicer. This is not, I think from the ones I've tried so far, this one is nicer. But again, it does have that chemical-ish tone to it. So the ruby again does have a chemical tone to it, but it is lovely. And no, John, stop. The ruby, this one is a lovely citrus. It's got a citrus sweet floral opening. This is more pleasant on my nose than the ones I tried. And I have to be honest, because this definitely, I feel is much nicer. Let me go back before I carry on to this one. Okay, this one, and oh my gosh, the Ylang Ylang is there now, and the Jasmine. It's getting a little nicer, this one, but still not like, oh my gosh, this is groundbreaking, amazing. It's not on my skin. And this is the leathery one. It's, no, for a fragrance that's called galbanum, a fragrance with wood, with cedar, with cypress, incense, it should be much more than this, like richly. It's not so much like it says on paper. If you bought this fragrance looking at the notes, I feel like you would be a bit disappointed, but it is a lovely fragrance, lovely, lovely fragrance, just not enough for what I was expecting. Not enough for what I was expecting. Anyway, Ruby for her is a little nicer. It's a bit sweet, citrusy, but again, it's got that syntheticness to it. It's not a bad thing, but I feel like I think this is Russian Adam's fault for creating such fragrances, such that now they it's kind of my level, and I know that is so unfair, but this is the fault of using too much kind of natural fragrances. And you know, I like some fragrances, even like Miguel's fragrance, the green ones, the Germain, or even the green art, because when you smell it, you smell the pine, you smell the grass, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, you know, when you get the, you know, from the garden, whatever, you smell grass, or you fresh pine in the forest, you know what I mean? And that's it. But this, for what they are, and John is bringing this up, for what they are and the price they are lovely. They are lovely fragrances, and obviously that is reflected. And I feel like even the quality of the fragrance is reflected in the price, as well as the presentation is actually really lovely. I don't know how I can add the picture on here, but I don't know. How can I do that? No, I don't know. I don't want to mess this up. How can I add a picture? But I wish I can show you a picture, but I think I'll be banners, comments. No, I don't know how to do that, but I think I better just leave it here, because I may do something and regret having gone off. Yes. Anyway, this I love, and I think the bottle for this is quite lovely. The bottles are quite stunning, to be honest. They are gorgeous, lovely presentation. And are they the men's or women's? This one I'm smelling is the women's. Yes, so this is Ruby for her. Ruby for her. The other Ruby I smelled was the men's one. So this is the one which should have the galbanum, the incense, and the oud. And I'll be honest, there is no oud in this. Like, there is no oud. You smell a oud fragrance, you're gonna know it. And it's just not. It's just not oud enough. It's just not oud enough for my liking. But it is, yes, it wasn't great on me now. And John is saying, are they very, and they are very expensive. John, I believe these are £130. I think they're £130 for 100 ml. So to be, yes, the price is £130. I'm gonna write to this. And to be honest, the £130 is, it's not cheap, is it? That's quite a bit of a steep asking. And if you think that you could get no, so anyway, And I think you have to pay for premium to do the screen pics. Ah, that explains it, Tony. I couldn't see the option. I haven't paid for premium. You know, I'm cheap. Don't go messing it up. I'll call you, Tony. Ah, Tony. Yes, so the price is on there, £130, a killian nearly for that. 100 mils, yes, boy, it's 100 mil, yeah, 100 mil for £130. And I understand the price for these are gonna go up. I think after in the tax year, when the new tax year starts, I think the price is gonna go up to 150, I believe. So yes, but you know, check them out. And like I said, I'm gonna give you guys to try for yourself and see what you think, because you know how it is. Something one man's, you know, is another man's treasure. So who knows? You know, it might even work better on your skin, and who knows? You have to try for yourself and see how you get on. Anyway, okay, this is nice enough. So in the Ruby for Her, what's listed is at the top is orange, neroli, petitgrain, and in the mid you get some eucalyptus. There's amber, there's sage, and as well in the base there's vanilla, patchouli, sandalwood, and musk. I don't know. I don't know. At this point, I don't pick up any amber or anything like that. Sage, I don't know. My nose wants to go under my skin. John, stop. No, John, stop. John, I saw your post. Oh my gosh, stop. And okay. Anyone who doesn't know what John is referring to about the Swedish egg, you have to first of all check out his post about the Panadora Sweden. And as well, if you can, look up the notes for that fragrance. And if you can, maybe try to find a sample. Don't buy it, sample it first, because I don't know how everyone sat around the table and thought, brilliant, fragrance, let's release this, amazing, because it's a bit vile. I'll be honest. It's a bit vile. I know. They like that. I saw someone tagging them out. They can't wait to try it. I was like, what? Started off again. If they can release a brand with Penhagen's bottles, they can also release egg for. Okay, you guys are actually making me laugh so much. I mean, Brian, just thinking about an egg is not so bad. But how about think about a rotten egg, for example, for a fragrance? And those bottles, if I'm being honest, when I saw those bottles, I was like, why would someone do that? It's just not cool. It is so not cool. You can't see that bottle and not think about Lord George. Like, you cannot see that bottle and not think about Penhagen's. It's ridiculous. And they've gone on, and I think I had a chat with someone. I said, but surely Penhagen's, if they wanted to, they could go after them. But then they probably would have excuse. But anyway, no, I don't know. I don't think I really want to try them much. But like I said, Um, the fragrance smells absolutely vile. And like I said, it's so hard to wash it off. I went and washed it off, and it was just it. And you know what? I didn't know or realize until I came on the live, and I thought, oh, I got samples like I'm doing now. I was like, let's sample this, and I made the mistake of going direct on skin like I do most times. And oh my gosh, I was like, I felt sick. I felt physically sick, and it was just not good. And I said to John, I want to hear your opinions, because that fragrance is just the egg thing. Brian, Brian. I have no words. It was unique, but not the kind of uniqueness I want, John. Yes, Tony, there is some which are okay. Yes, there is some good fragrance in that range, because we did sample them. Yes, there was some which were nice enough. But again, it wasn't anything like, oh my gosh, this is something completely, completely new. That's right. That's right, Carl. But anyway, come back to earth. But what I will say is, I mean, how about anyone who wants to have a go at sniffing it? Because I still have it. So I'm quite happy to, I think, I don't know. I mean, John, pass it on. Let Tony try it. So, and it missed a bit. No. I was putting the cat boxes in the... What? Ah, okay. You're forgiven, Tony. Anyway, that was that about that. Moving on, moving along. Okay, this is still nice enough. And one thing I want to talk about as well with these fragrances is the projection. So far, it's not really projecting like monstrously so here, but maybe because I'm sitting down, maybe it would be different if I went outside for a walk. But it is just... No, I won't. But I was gonna say that how that smells. I have the fragrances from Anna Sue in that range, and you know how much they cost, and they are kind of in the similar, just a bit synthetic, etc., but like that. So I don't know, if you want to spend, so you want to spend your money on your fragrances, do whatever you like, and just check them out. Do check them out. Moving on, let's get on with this. So we've tried Ruby of Tema for her, we have. And we've tried as well. Okay, so now we have this one, Kohinwa. So Kohinwa, that's why it's called Kohinwa Diamond. Let's go with this, Kohinwa Diamond, and this is for her. So this, I think this is the one I liked. Interesting. Sorry, I just went back to Lita. That's quite nice, and it's warming up now. It's warmed up on my skin. This is a lovely artistic fragrance. One, I like this. I really like this. Right, so this one, absolutely nothing. So let's go in. I'm gonna go on top of my wrist. I think I'm gonna go on top here. Oh, child. Okay, let's spray a bit. Oh yes, this is the one I liked. This is nice. This is lovely. This is earthy. It's a bit earthy. This is lovely, ambery, earthy sandalwood. That's what you get. I feel like this is one of the more natural ones in the range, like the one which has got a bit more maybe better ingredients. Indecence, thank you. Good evening. Yes, this one I like much more. And John says this was the one he loved. I can see why. And like I said, I was saving kind of the better ones to the end. So I like the name. Yes, beautiful name, isn't it? Kohinwa Diamond. And there's quite a lovely story in regards to these diamonds, because I saw that these diamonds were the diamonds from, is it, don't quote me, but I think from maybe the 18th century, and they've been in the families, and I think Queen Elizabeth had some of these diamonds and whatever. It's quite interesting to look into this, but yes, so there's lovely stories with these fragrances. And you know what? I've been thinking about this, and I don't know how you feel. Sometimes you read about a story and there is so much written about it, how they describe the inspiration, and other times you smell the fragrance, it's like, oh wow, you get it. And sometimes it's a bit like, it's nice talk, it's nice everything written down, but it's not quite translating into what they are saying. But I feel like with this diamond, yes, it is nice enough, it's lovely. This is lovely. I like this one. So the listed notes in this one, I don't have listed notes for this. Was it her? Yes. So the listed notes with this one, you've got at the top, there's bergamot, there's pink pepper, saffron, there's also agarwood, there's rose, and there's olibanum and benzoin. And she wrote from some country, apparently. Yes, yes. John is saying, well, John, should we get into that? Don't get me started, because I could write a book about that. Anyway, in the base, we do have amber, there's vanilla, sandalwood, and musk. And yes, this is the fragrance. I quite like it. It's lovely, musky. It's very earthy amber. It's lovely. Even the vanilla, you'd get hints of it in the back, but it's nice enough. This I feel definitely I want a bottle of. So something there. So yummy 411. What's up, girl? And we've got John saying, I've given up on the nightwood. Are you sure? Yes, so Kira is here. So anyway, yes, it's a lovely one. So I've got, like I said, I've got this again. I've got more samples of it. So anyone want to try this, just let me know in the comments. Later on, I will go back and have a look at who was interested in sampling this, and you can sample these. So that's the bigum ones. And we've done, so that's the bigum fragrances. And the last one, obviously, the Kohinwa Diamond is the one that I absolutely, I think, love. It's one, it resonates more with me, I feel, and I would recommend this one to folks. Definitely. This one I would recommend, because to be honest, John, if I go with the others, I would feel bad to recommend it for £150. It is quite a lot of money, and I know for a fact there are so many fragrances you could get for less or at that price, which would be just quite, you know, something. I don't know, but best to sample for yourself. I'm not here to tell anyone what they should do. I'm just here to share opinions, and I am to be honest, because if I wasn't honest with you, because I wouldn't want me to sit here and tell you, oh my gosh, this smells amazing, and you go out and fork your £450 or £500 like the other fragrance, and then you come back and tell me, oh my gosh, what? You know, I wouldn't, because I think it wouldn't be nice for me. Try not to buy. The bottle is very pretty. I know, the bottle is very pretty. Anyway, before I get into the other fragrances, I just wanted to say, because now that John is said about the bottle, that's quite interesting, John. But you know what? I think at this point, with the amount of fragrances I have, it's going to have to be something I absolutely love with the money. And as well, I'm being more cautious because I realized if you want to kind of maybe even save for something or do other things in your life that are not fragrance related and still buy every single fragrance that comes out, it's like, oh my gosh, the pressure. And I'm like, since when did you become this person? You cannot be this person. You have to be very disciplined. I think as well, this takes a bit of discipline because it's very easy. And I know Claire, the Smith Gelly, is done a video about this, about fragrances and spending. And you know what? It's quite easy to get sucked into agreement, and it's just not good. You know, I feel like as well, it's quite easy to get sucked into, I want everything, and I want to buy everything, and feel the need to want to do, because everyone is doing unboxings and doing new fragrance hauls, and it's very easy to feel like, you know what, I need to do a new fragrance unboxing. I need to buy more new fragrances. Oh my gosh, there is a new Jean Paul fragrance. There is a new Dior, a new Chanel, and wanting to jump on everything, because as well, sometimes it's a thought, oh, if I do the video first, I'm gonna be, you know, have lots of views, and whilst that is nice, and admittedly it's something I've done, I think, in the past, where I saw the Chanel number 5 red, and I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to buy this one, I have to do this. And I remember at the time I was filming that video, I looked on YouTube here, and really there weren't even like many videos about it. There was maybe 1 or 2 videos. And I thought to myself, yes, I'm going to get it. I'm going to be one of the first people to do it. And I'll be honest, I did. And yes, this works, because this worked. And this is why it's easy to get sucked into. Because when I did even that video up to now, and this is probably 2 years ago or so, that is still the most viewed video on my channel. So it's like, wow, it did pay off. It was nice, you know. I got it fast. I went in there, and it was most viewed video. But then I'm like, how many times can you do that? You know, can you do that? And as a parent, I've got children. I cannot every day, with every single spare money I have, think about the next Dior, the next Chanel, the next. I can't, because then you have to look within yourself and be honest with yourself, you know, like be honest with yourself, like, can you do this every day? And as well, realizing that, because I think maybe there's been times when I've told myself, well, this is my spare money, so it's fine for me to buy my fragrance. But then how about that spare money? You could maybe just had a bit more saved for your children instead of buying fragrance. You know what I mean? And do you know what I mean? And I've been thinking about this a lot, and I told myself, at this point, there is no point in me wanting to buy every new thing that comes out, because if I'm honest, I've got enough fragrance to wear for a lifetime. I've got that many bottles. Some I haven't even worn in a year or two, that many bottles. So there's absolutely no need for that. And each to their own, of course, but that's just how I feel. Like sometimes there's the pressure of wanting to, you know, oh my gosh, I should buy this because everyone is doing this Chanel new one, this Dior new one, this new one, and Tom Ford and everything. And it is nice to want to have everything, but I've said to myself, I think it was one of the things I said to myself for this year, like, because I remembered that last year I said I was going to buy less fragrances. That didn't quite happen, because to be honest, I bought so many fragrances. And when I thought about having to show the fragrances that I acquired in the year, I always told myself, if I could put the fragrances I've bought in the year to fit on my dresser, then okay, I'm okay. But if that escalates, I can't even fit them all on the dresser, then I have a problem. So I've said to myself, you will not be seeing many new fragrances that I'm going to buy out new fragrances, because to be honest, I have boxes of samples, so many samples I have not even talked about or had the chance to sample, because I kept getting new things. I think you guys remember, like Richie, almost every week I would have a new unboxing, and I'm like, no, I think I'm gonna save more for my children myself, so that when I'm older I can afford to go and live maybe in a house, in a home by the countryside, or somewhere maybe by the seaside with a nice view of anyway. So anyway, that's just my thought. And Tony again says his most viewed fragrance review, his most viewed video is only a 15 pound fragrance. Well, Tony, with that said, the second most viewed fragrance video on my channel, I was not even showing a product. I was just talking about being away on holiday, and that was it. And that still got more views. So again, it's like, you know what? You don't need to be spending so much at all. Paul says, clear thinking, but not easy at all. It is not easy. I've slowed down a lot compared to last year. Absolutely. I think that you get to a point where these bad reviewers go. Yes, it's not easy, but this I feel is I feel like this is where discipline comes in. Like, you have to be disciplined and content. And I know myself, and I feel like if I come on here and I say this, I will have no choice but to be really good, because I feel like if I said this to everyone out loud and then I go and do the opposite, I'm just letting myself down, and I don't want to do that. Yes, and John is saying that Indecence was saying that she is trying to be good. We have to try. You can only try. And John says it's definitely becomes more about what really. Absolutely, couldn't agree more. And Paul says, I've run out of space. Yes, Tony, but we are content prayers as well. There's no need. I know what you mean. And Paul talking about space, this is exactly what I was just saying, because I have this shelf, I have that shelf, I have that, and I have boxes. And I told myself, and I even thought about buying a shelf just so that I can have more room for more fragrances. And when I said to my husband was like, well, your room is full enough. Where are you going to put another shelf? Because in my head, I was like, well, it's fine. I can have fragrances everywhere and just walk here in the middle and leave space for me to, to sit down. And Brian is saying he survived like 5 months of no buy, went off the rails since December. That's what I'm aiming to do. I mean, I'm really trying. I'm gonna be so good. Like, I'm gonna try to be so good, like not to buy, you know. You can do more individual. Absolutely, that's my intention. And this is why, if you guys have noticed, lately I've been going through all my samples to try and review the samples I haven't reviewed, because I have so many samples. I've still got lots of samples, like so many. So I'm going to try and do them before I can really buy. And I told myself as well, just for the sake of space and being good, if I will have to be buying new fragrances, I have to get rid of some fragrance before I can bring anything else, because I don't want to become a hoarder. I mean, it would be nice for my kids, but yeah. So yeah, I do more individual reviews, definitely. And Angela says, Brian did the same thing, but only for 2 months. Within 2 weeks, I had 10 bottles on that. Oh my gosh. Do you know what, D'Angelo? I was somewhere there at some point. Like I would always get things in, you know, like so much stuff. I mean, and you know what? I congratulate myself because now I feel like, yeah, becoming very disciplined. You missed out on the Tom Ford. You missed out on the Chanel. I'm yet to even sample them. And I told myself I'll probably wait when Harrods is opening. I can go and sample the exclusive or somewhere in Selfridges or something. But I mean, no hurry to buy it. And I feel like I don't have to buy everything because I'll be happy maybe even with samples. We'll see. Yes, that will still bring content with our first impression video. Exactly. I know, but you know what? In this sense, I know exactly, because it's like, oh my gosh, I can talk about this. I can talk about this. But then I told myself as well, if I don't even get to talk about the samples that I have, what's the point? I should talk about the things that I have, and as well just get to love what I have, you know. Because I think this is what I realized. Some of the fragrances, you opened them, you talked about them, and you put it on the shelf, and then it was there because then you had to do the next one and the next one and the next one. It's like you don't even have time for this. So I think I'm looking to kind of, anyway, that's where I am. So, and this is why I was even asking in my previous video, the last video I posted. So if you haven't, you should check it out. But I did ask, like, what kind of content do you want to see more of? Because I have lots of niche samples, even designer samples. I have lots of even indie brands as well, lots and lots. And I just didn't even talk about them because I was just busy unboxing new things. And I went out every time I went to Jovoy, Harrods, I came back with so many samples, and I didn't get to even sample them. And I tried to even give these samples away. I did send out quite a few samples, and I still have like a box of samples to talk about. So I'm gonna be very, very good. And yes, so and then John says, you say that now, Harrods will need to John, come on, have faith. I need support. I've realized that no buys aren't good for me. I just need to be patient, but more selective of what I buy. Absolutely, John. And that's the thing, John. Those fragrances I gave away on swap. Yeah. Exactly. I think that's what I have to do, because I'm like, I need, you know, more organized, more space, more everything. I'm not keeping anything that I don't need in my rotation anymore. That's really exactly, Brian. That's exactly what I was thinking. I don't want anything apart from every perfume, aroma, a couple of Nishan and Nexus. But no, we could add a lot to that. Did Lucy give you the sad news? John, are you referring to the season operation? Is that what you're referring to, or is there more, another something else I've missed? John, tell me. Shall I go? I mean, Tony, with that in mind, I do have a few Nishanis on my list, but like I said, I'll be going very, very slow. I'm not gonna be like rushing into anything. And I realized as well before, I was like, okay, I would spend this money because it's my spare money. But now I've realized that, no, actually, you are just making it that. It could be, yeah, John, I know. So sad. Brexit is a beer. Yes, so yes. And you know what? Even all these Nishanes I want and all these, I have lots of samples from XERJOFF. I have lots of samples, even from lots of samples I'm yet to review. I have those still to talk about. And I opened them and I never got to them. And then I want to go and buy more things. So I've told myself, absolutely no. And I have lots of samples as well from Alexander J, even Jovoy's on. I've got Jeroboam. I've got so many samples I need to speak about, even lots of designer samples, but I never got to them because I've been busy, but I'm hoping I get to them. Yeah, Nishane are very expensive, but not smell them. You haven't, Carl. You should smell them. They are quite lovely fragrances. I've only got a bottle of Nishane, but I've got their samples. I've got samples, about 6 samples. I think they were Alexander under the fees for your shipping. I need to look into that, Tony, what you're saying. I haven't seen anything about that. I haven't bothered because, to be honest, I thought myself, you know the other thing as well, sometimes you see posts on Instagram. I don't know about you, but naturally I go, oh, let's go have a look, how much are those? And then you're like, oh, these look lovely. And if it's people you trust, in their reviews, or you think you have similar tastes, then you're even like, oh, I'm gonna buy this. And I've told myself I need to stop doing all that. I've said to myself, if I can review all the samples I have, then I'll be happy maybe to get on to buying. But even if I do that, it's going to be very, very slowly. I'm not going to go off rails again because I just shouldn't. And yes. Anyway, moving on. We have these babies to speak about. But I'm looking at the time. I feel like I've been... and then the customer pays import duty. Oh yes, because the duty is about that rate, isn't it? I'm looking at Tony's comment. He says they give you 20% off for Europe, and then the customer pays the import duty, and it works out to the same. Right. They're an American company, aren't they? I haven't bothered. To be honest, like I said last time, I've even been put off, and this is the other thing as well, I've been put off even buying stuff, especially online, coming from abroad, because the last time I did, and I did say this, I know sounds like a broken record, but I'm so mad about it. I bought lipsticks, and I thought this is a UK registered company, but apparently their website is registered in the US. So even though they're a UK person, etc., when that came in, I paid so much in duty. To be honest, I wasn't impressed. I was just like, this is the other thing, because I like to plan. And if I've planned and then I have 80 quid unexpected, money to be paying, I don't want to do that, because I'm always thinking like, what? So that is just not on. And Carl says the handling fee from couriers is not because of Brexit, but the Dangerous Goods Act, because perfume is dangerous. And what about the guns or gasoline to power the aircraft? Absolutely. Well, that's it. That's it. It's don't even get me started with this, because when I worked at the airport, and this is a lot of complaints even people would make, like, we are not allowed to get anything through, even through going through check-in, and yet you are allowed to buy anything you want. Once you check in, you can take anything you want on the plane. So how does that work? And up to now, I don't even know the answer myself. It's just so ridiculous. And to be fair, we chose to be in this situation and knew the consequence, so things were always going to change. Yes, John, but you know what? I think to some people, they didn't think. I think some people didn't see past their noses, like richly, and now things are happening, and this is when they realize. And Carl says you can pay 75 for shipping only from the US and perfumes, and 20% VAT. Like, yeah, it just is expensive. So perfume and aircraft, they do, and EasyJet to try and sell you anything, especially on their planes. They always do. They have their manuals, buy this, buy that, and you can buy anything. So it's not in Europe, John. Yeah, well, with the US, it's always been like that. Like, I think the other issue is the reason why they charge so much from the US. I just feel this might be one of the issues. It's the fact that for a lot of companies that have to, the companies that have to use this service, such as apps or DHL, or be it maybe with Hermes or whatever DPD, they have to guarantee so much shipment going out every month. And probably maybe there is a penalty they have to pay if they don't meet that, but they have to guarantee, for example, they pay that, okay, they're going to pay so much and they're going to have 1,000 parcels delivered every month. And this is the problem with some of maybe the indie brands trying to get things out, because if they actually declare it, it's not good for the business. So it's crazy. And hey, Maki Marcus, good evening. You look stunning, girl. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And Jon Snow says, I know, but we never paid customs and taxes from the EU until now. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? And the other thing as well, I know a lot of friends out in Europe who are now suffering because of this, because a lot of them, for example, they would get their bottles, labeling, etc., packaging for their fragrances from companies that are here in the UK. And now, because of the restrictions, they are suffering as well, because ordering, as you can imagine, boxes of, I don't know, 100, 200, 300, 400 bottles now costs so much. And the amount of paperwork, of course, there's the red tape, etc., and it's just not good for business for anyone, not people that are in here or people that are out there. It's just not good. And Carl says, it cost me £12 for super fast courier service, fast to New York, 5 days. But perfume is now classed as, it's annoying, isn't it? It's just annoying. And Marcus said, never buy on the plane, far too expensive. Now, I to be honest, I don't. I'm actually one of those people when I travel, because I think maybe it's me being a mom, where I always have to think ahead and think for others and plan for others. Basically, perfume get screwed. Yes, and speaking about never buying on plane, it's expensive. I don't really like to buy anything, and I have a thing about as well buying things that I don't know. Anyway, I don't buy anything, especially on EasyJet. They rip you off with their bad coffee, bad. Yes, you heard that. It's ridiculous. But Kat is in the house. Hi, Kat. Good evening. So yeah, that's John as usual. Yes. So anyway, right. So we still have the orange parfums, but I don't know. I've been here for an hour and 20 minutes. Do you guys want me to go through them, or shall we do them tomorrow? I don't know. I don't want to hold you or more than you need to be here. I feel like we've been talking too much about no buys and Kit Kat. I like that. Well, hello, Kat. I like that. So, hey, Teak. Oh, I love this, you guys. So, yes. So, shall we carry on with the orange parfums, or shall we carry on later? Please let me know. Miya, there's never too much of you. You're fine. No, honestly, I don't want to carry on if it's too much, because I've been here already an hour 20 minutes. I feel like that's taking out. Oh no! Oh God, joining in. So yeah. Okay, so let's carry on then, shall we? Shall we? We are having a nice time. Okay, that's nice to know. Okay, let's carry on. Maybe we can speak about even maybe not all of them, but some of them. I don't know. Does anyone know if the ones in the black and the ones in the white are for men or women? I feel like maybe the ones in black might be the men's ones. We've not got any parties to go. Oh, we can only wish. speaking of parties, Carl, I went to Tesco's after I'd been filming a video with a bit of makeup on, and when I got into the local Tesco, you know, it's the lady goes, "Oh, where are you going?" I was like, "Home." She goes, "Oh, you look so lovely." I don't know, I haven't seen people so lovely done up in ages. Everyone just comes in here so relaxed. I'm like, stop judging. And okay, you can say hard poo parties. Anyway, so I thought to myself, I said, it's not like I would go anywhere. There's nowhere to go anyway. Okay, rambling aside, say it in. Let's start off with this one. And this one, so Orange Parfums. And this one is called C'est Edens. I'm going to write this, the setting new stuff. Yeah, right. I'm going to write the name on here just so that and it's an EDP as well. So that's the fragrance, the name of the fragrance, much better. You need to go to. We don't have anything nearby. I live in kind of like, well, it's not a village. It's not a village, but we are more like in the countryside. So we have a local Tesco, and that's about it. And yes, so Orange Parfum. So, and the bottle for this one is one of the darker. God, can you? I want to show you that the bottle is that. So there, that's how the bottle looks like. And if you've seen the bottles, these bottles are quite like a long thin bottle. They're like a long thin bottle, and they're quite heavy. They're really like a weapon. And anyway, so this one, let's spray it. And the good thing with the samples, they come with the notes listed as well, so we don't have to look into that. Okay, we're gonna have to go with these ones on the testers because I have no room left on my arms. Whichever the one I'm gonna like, I'm gonna spray it on me later on when I finish. So this is C'est Eden. C'est Eden. Okay. This smells quite a bit masculine. It's quite citrusy, very citrusy. Get the new Russian Adam one. John, sorry, I'm looking at you're going live in 35 minutes, Tony. Is Tony gonna go live? Tony, answer the question. Nice looking photo of the bottles there. Could be pepper spray, very discreet. It richly, Carl, this bottle is a weapon in itself. Like you don't even need pepper spray. You can smash someone's head with it. It's so heavy. I've had quite a few interactions with them in Jovoy. They have this in Jovoy. So where's Tony? Yeah, I'm live at 9. Okay, we'll try and get off before that so that we can watch Tony's as well. Okay, now that one's stunning bottle, it is. Anyway, Tony, do you have a guest or just is it a premiere? Learning so much. Okay, this fragrance, it's quite lovely, peppery, and a bit citrusy, but also like a herb, a bit like heavy, you know. It's got almost a greenness to it. You would feel like there's some bergamot in this, but probably not, just something how it's mixed with. It's lovely. This I like, and the bottle is quite stunning. This is lovely. So this is that one. And if you look at the color of the juice, I mean, trying to focus the camera, but where are we? God, if you look at, you can't see it much because of the label, but if you look at that color of the juice, like green, the fragrance does smell like that. You know, sometimes you look at the fragrance and you think this might smell like this, and the fragrance at the top there's, oh yes, so that's what we were smelling, a rosemary. There's pepper, grapefruit, tangerine, rosemary, and in the mid you've got lily of the valley. Very nice, very nice. Lily of the valley, and there's cedarwood, rose, vetiver, there's styrax as well, santo, abdanum, and vanilla. So quite lovely. This is lovely green, and I feel like this is perfectly unisex, but I feel like it would lean a bit more masculine-ish, if that makes any sense, just for the sake of review. It is unisex, but I feel like men would enjoy that much more. Like, it would be nice. I think that rosemary, lovely, you know, it's gorgeous. And thank you so much, Karina. And we'll be there. Tony just looked at the bottle stand. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. No guess just going through a new house called an event. Will be in the comments. Oh, that's lovely, Tony. Look forward to that. We'll definitely join in. We are definitely gonna be there. Right, let's sample. I think maybe this one might be a female one, just judging by the look of the package, and the bottle is a gold one, this one. So as you can see from there, a gold bottle, quite stunning. I love this. And it's got on the bottle, it's got like a pink jewel there, in just there. So that tells me, well, there, that tells me that is definitely gonna be a feminine fragrance, ideally. I love the look of this. And oh my gosh, the notes, Davana, lemon at the top. In the mid, there's rose, violet. At the base, oud, patchouli, cedar, and vanilla. I must say, this company has put in quite an effort with the presentation for their samples. Look at that printed packaging inside. I think that's lovely. Good effort. Definitely good effort. Let's go in with this one and sample. So this on paper ideally should be something that I love based on those notes. So let's try this. Oh yes, lemon, very citrus, and it's like a fresh lemon, you know, like when you squeeze a fresh lemon. Lovely, lovely. This is lovely. Lemon, Davana, this is really nice. Lovely citrus. And you can even smell the violet. This is the kind of violet they should have had in the FDB one I spoke about, which had no violet, at least to my nose. That's the sorry, that is not fair, but yeah. Anyway, there's violet in here. Lemon, violet. Do you know what? Even the rose, and it's got a bit of smokiness. Maybe from, this is really lovely and interesting. It's got a bit of a soapiness to it as well. I wonder if it's the mix of the violet with the rose, or maybe the violet with the lemon, but it just does have a bit of soapiness, but it's that lemon, fresh, citrus, very fresh. Imagine, like, it's like squeezing a fresh orange lemon. I should know because I'm an expert with lemons. Every day telling myself, you're going to lose some weight. These cheeks are soon... So I'm making myself laugh. I know how much, how many cakes I've had just by looking at my cheeks. You shouldn't be looking at my cheeks, though. Anyway, John says this does sound nice. John, I actually think you would like this. I'll have a look because I know these samples, again, thank you so much. They were sent to me from Accolade Perfumes, but I think I have some more samples from Jovoy. So I don't know if it will be these same ones or they are different. This is really nice. And this is perfectly unisex as well. I feel like this will be perfect in the spring, summer. Definitely spring, summer. Gorgeous. This really is lovely and lovely, fresh, you know, fresh citrus, just lovely stuff. Really nice. So, and the patchouli and vanilla, the dry down should be even more exciting. We're gonna try that down, dry down in a minute. Right, moving on. Let's try another one of the men's one. So this one, and there's Liz. Where is the French girl when you need her? Can you see that? I'm gonna write the name. I forgot to write the other one. I just spread. Let me write the name on here as well, just so that we know what we are sampling. John is saying, what about the cheeks, John? Now I feel like hiding my cheeks. And this is again an EDP. So that's the one we... Stop it, John. That is the fragrance we just sampled, this one. And right, moving on. Let's sample the men's one we wanted to try, and I'll write this down as well. So we have right there. That's the one, and it's an EDP as well. What's Brian saying? John does excellent Clemence impression. I think John is Clemence in another probably shape shifts. I wouldn't dare, Brian. Yeah, John, I know. I've seen it. I've seen it. Anyway, let's go into this fragrance because this should be a man's one as well. So going in. Oh, child. Wow. Wow. This is absolutely lovely. Sweet citrus. This is berries. This is gorgeous. Something sweet, sweet fruits. This is really nice. This is lovely, sweet. This is nice. I think this is my favorite of all the ones I've tried. This is gorgeous. This is more me. And again, this smells very much a spring summer fragrance. Really, really lovely. Notes. Top notes, bergamot and raspberry. The middle notes, rose, ginger, and oud. The best notes, vanilla and musk. Wow, this is really nice. This is gorgeous. And you can now get just hints of the rose and the vanilla as well. This I feel, this is one of those mass appealing. This is really nice. Definitely one that more people would love. This and the other citrus one, they are gorgeous. Do you know what? Actually, the whole line is quite lovely. Oh, that bergamot. Raspberries, yes, please. And you know, guys, I like something sweet. And this just tends to my sweet tooth. This is lovely. It's lovely, but it's not like too sweet because of that bergamot. Like the bergamot cuts through that raspberry, just evens things out. This is gorgeous. John, I think you would love this. This is really lovely. Really, really lovely. Where's the sample gone? We should keep it there. And the bottle for this one, and I feel, again, this is more, I feel like it is unisex to my nose, but I feel probably for men. This comes in a gray, like silver bottle like that, as you can see on the side. I'm trying my best with the camera. That's how the bottle looks like. Absolutely stunning. That is really nice. That is really lovely. Actually, I think I'm enjoying this collection much more than Just not enough raspberry in fragrance. No, not enough. But this really, John, this is lovely. I think you would enjoy this one. And Karina is saying, are they 50 ml bottle? It says 2.5 on Jovoy. They do have very thin, small ones. I think they might be the 2.5, because this is a 1.5 ml spray, but they do, I think, a 10 ml as well. Last time I saw they had 10 ml, and then they have smaller bottles, like just a little bit bigger than the samples, and those again, they do the bottles like you can refill. And I remember that you can, maybe they give them to you as well, I think, the refill bottles. But they are really gorgeous. They are absolutely gorgeous. Karina, I think if you have a chance, you can look in the videos I have from Jovoy, in the vlog from Jovoy, you can see them, and you can see, I think in that video, you might be able to see the smaller ones, the little ones I'm talking about. But they're a gorgeous, gorgeous brand, gorgeous fragrances. Let's try this one, because this has sugar. So we should, okay, next up, this one. So this one is Calaj Satel, because I'm not French, so I'm trying. I'm gonna write that name down again. Calaj Satel. Okay, right. And this is an EDP as well. And the bottle for this one looks like it might be a men's one, because that's the bottle. I don't know if you can see. The bottle is like a black one. For the, God, the lighting, I'm doing my best there. But that, so that, and the notes in this, you've got at the top, there's sugar, there's tagetes, there's amber, floral transparent, and there's moss and musks at the base. So this again should be a men's fragrance. Let's see how this goes. Sugar, so we are expecting a lovely sweet, because sugar followed by the amber surely should be like a lovely sweet opening. Let's see if it is. Very, very sugary, really sweet. Hang on. Has anybody tried Anna Sue's Mermaid? If you've tried Anna Sue's Mermaid, that opening, that sugar is what is here. Really very similar, because I know this because I have this fragrance and it's got a lovely, lovely. I love sweet. I love gourmand fragrances. This is something you want to drink. This is lovely, gorgeous. But at the same time, it smells quite luxurious. Smells like, you know, when you when you go to the Dorchester or something and you walk into the lobby and this well-to-do woman passes you and she's dressed in, I don't know, some just stunning fine fabric with a gorgeous bag and well put together, and she passes you and you can just smell how sweet she is. Like, oh, she smells lovely, luxurious. That's how this smells. Gorgeous. I love this. Can you tell? And all I'm getting at this point is the sugar and the amber. Sugar and amber, that's what I'm getting. Floral, and there's floral notes. I feel like there's some, maybe a jasmine as well. This is nice. This is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not getting the moss just yet, so that's you, the woman. I wish, Carl. I wish. Things should open up to give us an opportunity to just go and yes, this one is quite sweet, and I feel like if you don't really like sweet fragrance, you wouldn't like this because it's quite sugary. It's quite sugary sweet, but it's a lovely sweetness, and I feel like that those flowers and as well that amber it just gives it a lovely luxurious feel to this fragrance. It's really lovely. I like this as well, so that's another one I like. And you know what, like we were talking about, liking things is not good, because then you feel like, oh my god, I like this, I should buy it. I'm not doing that though. I'm happy to share these and just sample. So right, 2 more to go. We would have wrapped up before the end of the hour. Next one, this is another womanly fragrance. Looking at the packaging, just taking it out. So this one looks, this is the one, and looks like so. Come on, camera, where are we? If only we can focus for a minute. It's not really, come on, that's how the bottle looks like. The camera is not focusing as much, but it looks like a lovely silver bottle, and the fragrance itself looks almost like a peach pink color. Where are we? Like light pink color. So, and the notes in this, we've got bergamot oil from Italy, there's apple, there's peach. This collection is like Richie attending to someone's sweet tooth, because then this should be again quite sweet. And then there's heliotrope, there's orris, lily of the valley, there's cedar oil from Virginia, there's vanilla, caramel, and musks. Oh Lord, this might just be, actually, no, let's, hold on. Let's first sample this men's one, because I feel like that's the one I'm gonna have to wear. Let's go with this one, the men's one. That's the presentation for the box, lovely in black. And this one is Sabil Nocturne. Ooh, I love the name. This sounds not too bad. It's absolutely, it sounds lovely as well. Let's write this. The name is quite interesting.
Good night, Mummy.
You're going to bed?
Yeah.
Come say bye then. Come the Good night.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Good night. I'll come see you before you sleep.
But we're sleeping now.
Okay, we'll see. Even if you'll be asleep, I'll still come see you. Right, where were we? Sabil. Right. Okay. That's the name for this one. And let's spray the fragrance. And the fragrance color looks like so. So it looks a bit, I don't know why I can't just focus the camera for some reason. Anyway, let's go in. Oh, child. This is very masculine. This is really nice. This is quite woody, leathery. This is nice. Definitely a man's fragrance. This is quite luxuriously boss fragrance. This is gorgeous. Men are gonna enjoy this. Think about, I'm trying to think what fragrance I could compare it. Even if you think about the depth, the darkness from like Enclin Noir, especially the extreme, or think Jovoy's private label in that direction, like quite masculine, quite leathery, very bossy. This is quite a bit intimidating, it might be, but it's like very, very assertive, very assertive. And the notes in this, for me, this fragrance, it's the rosewood that comes to my nose. And it's got a bit of a earthiness as well. It's got a desert feel, you know, like dry earth. And this is like red. Imagine like in a red desert, like the red soil dry. That's what this is reminding me of. Somehow it's reminding me of a little bit of desert rosewood from Goldfield and Banks. There's something in this, I think it's the rosewood or something else as well, maybe the patchouli as well, or vetiver. It's got a vetiver as well, this. I'm smelling, yes, it's got vetiver. Anyway, the listed notes in this one. So you've got at the top, there's mandarin, I feel like the mandarin in this one is quite tamed, you know, like quite tamed. It's not coming forth so much. There's mandarin, rosewood, orris, leather, and then there's in the mid elemi, vetiver, and incense. And then at the base there's labdanum, styrax, and musk. So this is a lovely one for men. Right, last one. So this is the last one. We wanted to try the pink one, and I've literally got things everywhere. I'm gonna try it on the strip and see if I can wear this. It might be the one I wear actually for bed tonight. Oh, this is lovely, fresh, very fresh. The apple, it's the apple, very fresh and quite realistic, the apple and the pear. Very, very fresh. And the bergamot. But the bergamot in this is not like so green, so citrusy, but it's lovely. Lovely, fresh, gorgeous. So did anything sound like something you would love from this list? Let me know in the comments below. I really love this. This is quite lovely, fresh. I'm gonna wear this, I think. I'm gonna spray this. That'll be for my bed. Right, so that was our sampling sessions. We spoke so much about Lita, the book from book Perfumes. We spoke about Bigam. We spoke about Orin's Parfums, and a whole lot of discussions as grown-ups do. And you were all an amazing audience. So thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for your support always. And there's lots of videos for you to check out on the channel. So feel free to binge watch. And it's been incredible to have you. Ones at the end sounded great. They did. So I'm gonna have a look, and if I find any more of these, then definitely I'll be more than happy to share with you guys. So I appreciate you all. Thank you for your time. What, 2 hours almost went so quickly. So, and as you saw, the children, I think they were waiting and waiting, because I intended to be on here for about an hour, so that by the time they're going to bed, I'll be there. So I'm going to give everyone kisses and say good night, because I have a feeling if they don't see me, they're probably going to be there trying to wait for me, and then they'll be up too late than I would want them to be. So thank you so much. It's always my pleasure to have you here, and your support means the absolute world to me from the bottom of my heart. So I'm glad to be back, and I shall see you very soon. Do have a good evening. See you on the other side. Take care. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for watching.